Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie. If it is your first visit here, welcome. I'm going to be doing a crystal card and an oracle card reading for the week of April 14th to 20th, 2018. We do have a full moon on the 19th, so I believe that's Friday. Yes. So full moon on Friday. So I'm going to draw this week's oracle card from the Power of Surrender cards, just because the full moon is a really good time to let go of anything we don't need. And then I'm going to use crystal deck number 6 from healingcrystals.com. So I'll get started with that. And a couple things I wanted to mention too. I have a full moon download on my Etsy channel, which is kind of like a self-guided healing session. Each month I go through and I set up the energy to send for a new moon session and a full moon session. So they're sort of like self-guided, or you call it in when you're ready to. The best time to do these is 3 days before to 3 days after the full moon, or on the full moon itself ideally, but the energy does go from 3 days before to about 3 days after, and the same with the new moon. So I'll put a link to that below if it's something anyone is interested in, and it's just kind of like a mass healing session. Like I set up the energy to send out to everyone with the intention of guiding you through it if you have ordered it, but you can do it at your convenience. So you call in the energy when you're ready to call it in. So I'll put a link to that below. And then I'm also going to do, on my Etsy channel, I have a What Do You Need to Release one card reading using this deck that will be half price, which makes it $5. So I'll put a link to that below too. Okay, so we will see what crystal energy comes up to support us this week. So Peach Moonstone is what keeps popping to the top of the deck, which is great for a full moon. Any of the moonstones are going to be great, soothing, calming, nurturing, feminine energies to work with for a full moon. This one, Peach Moonstone especially, has a really comforting, soothing, nurturing energy. It's going to work to connect the crown and the sacral chakras. So an interesting combination of kind of intuition and self-awareness this week. The 3 keywords you can work with are femininity, protection, and comfort. And then the mantra you can use this week is, I am patient and accepting of myself and others. And I feel like the main message for this is, I am patient and accepting of myself. Many of us have a lot more compassion and accepting and awareness and understanding for other people than we do ourselves. So that's something that's been popping up in private readings I've been doing for people recently. And I think also here in the YouTube readings is just kind of being more self-aware and more compassionate to ourselves, extending that same sort of compassion that we give other people. You know, we're always giving other people sort of the benefit of the doubt, or, well, maybe their intentions were good, or maybe they're trying as hard as they can. You know, we really feel that about other people, but with ourselves, sometimes we expect way more of ourselves than we would of other people. So this week especially, which is good with the full moon release energy, we're just saying, you know, I'm going to let my expectations go. Because that's one of the healthiest things you can do in your relationships with other people too, is let your expectations go. If you don't have unreasonable, or even what you feel are reasonable expectations of other people, if you are letting them follow their own paths, there's no room for disappointment. You're never going to be disappointed by their behavior if you don't have any expectations of them, if you just are letting them flow in their own space. And we have to give ourselves that own space too, and let ourselves flow, and trust that we're being guided by our higher self who knows the path we're supposed to be on. So this week, especially with a full moon release energy, just really get into that space of trusting yourself and knowing that you are guiding yourself in the right direction. And then I will draw one card, and this will be just sort of, you know, for the collective consciousness, or anyone who's watching this video, this is going to be an overarching energy for the week of what we need to release as a whole. And again, if you want something a little more personalized, or if you have an issue that you're working on letting go of and need a little assistance with it, I'll put a link to this reading on my Etsy shop below. So the one that has come out for this week is Surrender Your Fear of Change, which has been huge in the readings I've done for people this past week. And it says the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. And I think that's a fantastic general affirmation to use. Because you don't have to get into what you're fearing or why you're fearing it. You don't have to go down any rabbit holes trying to psychoanalyze yourself. You can just say, I'm letting go of anything that I don't need anymore, and I have faith that all is well. So that's the energy we're in this week. Oh, and look. For those of you who follow the ongoing saga of everything matching each week, they're very complementary again. So we do have the sort of feminine, comforting, protective energy of Peach Moonstone with a little bit of that fire and little bit of that creative energy connecting the crown and sacral chakras. So movement still, forward movement, releasing energy, and then surrendering our fear of change and just knowing that as long as you are patient and accepting with yourself, you're going down the right road, you're being led by your higher self in the right direction. And again, I have faith that all is well. So that's the energy we're in this week. I hope you all enjoyed this reading, and I hope to see you again next week.